Hi everyone, my name is Rebecca, or Becca, that's what I prefer. I'd like to change my name to Becca actually. I'm just doing this little, I guess you could say, vlog, kind of as a therapy session. I have a lot of health conditions. I've 10 years of being an epilepsy warrior. At least that's what I like to call it. I have gone and seen well over 6 or 7 neurologists, and no one can figure out what is wrong with me, what's causing my epilepsy, how to treat it. No one can treat it. I've tried every medicine that is on the market officially, along with CBD oil that was brand new, and I have officially tried that. Still untreatable. I don't know, I've always had this picture in my mind that one day I'd wake up and they'd just be gone, or one day I'd wake up and there'd be a cure. I wouldn't have them anymore. But turns out that I don't think that's ever gonna happen, at least while I'm alive. I think it's gonna be many years before they can even figure out how to stop them. I see people holding these signs up that say 1 year seizure free or 30 years seizure free, and I get jealous, and I'm like, maybe I should make a sign that says 6 hours seizure free, because I have them weekly. I have multiple weekly. I mean, I have 9 staples going down the back of my head right now because I had a seizure a few days ago and split my whole head open. I will try to get a picture for you guys so that you guys can see my injuries. Maybe not. Oh, yep. So this lovely sucker split my whole head open and was over 2 inches long, had 9 staples in it. And just a few days before that, I had that happen to my face. I fell down the stairs when I was having a seizure. I've had many injuries. Luckily, nothing too serious, I guess you could say. This is my second time having staples. The first time was when I had my very first seizure at the age of 15. I had a seizure due to having a blood infection called mono. They didn't know I had it. They found out after I had the seizure, but I ended up falling on my mom's tile floor and cracking my head open. I just remember waking up in my strapped down, completely strapped down, couldn't move. People all around me, there's blood everywhere, and my mom was trying to hold my hand and telling me, it's all right, and I had no idea what had happened. Still to this day, each time I have a seizure, I sit there and cry because I don't know what happened. That's seconds, maybe even minutes of my life that I have missed. I just black out and I'm gone. I have grand mal seizures, and that's where you go unconscious, full body shaking, and I usually fall to the ground. I also have absent seizures. Those are where you just stare off, and I mean, I could be having them during this video easily, and I don't notice. Maybe people will catch it. I don't know. It's just where you stare off and you don't know what you're doing, but you can see yourself doing it. I don't know. It's weird. It's like an out of body experience. I just wish that there was more awareness about epilepsy, because maybe then there would be a cure. Because 1 out of 26 people develop epilepsy in their lifetime. That's actually a lot of people if you think about it. That's millions. And I always try to find support groups, and it's just hard finding people that can relate to me because I have other underlying health conditions. I used to break bones all the time when I was younger. I caught a basketball in school. Just caught it. And my wrist broke. I've broken my pelvis. I've broken all of my toes. Broken my ankle. My knee. I've broken my arm, tailbone. I mean, I don't know what else to say to that. I have had bone testing. I have it all the time. They say, oh, you just have low calcium, low vitamin D, drink more milk. I drink a lot of milk. That's what I drink. And now they said that it's too high. And they find out that I have osteoporosis. They did further digging, and he said that my bones are so porous that they're the bones of around an 80-year-old. An 80-year-old person I have the bones of. It's crazy. I'm 24, just gonna be 25 here in a month. And I get told, you have incurable epilepsy, you will be on medication for the rest of your life. We don't know what kind of medication, but you will be on medication for the rest of your life. And not just one, multiple. And they will have to keep changing it because my body just keeps adjusting. And then I get told I have osteoporosis, reactive airway disorder, among the many other problems I have. I can't really see. I have to keep getting new glasses every few months. Multiple concussions, so I have pretty much a bruised brain. I'm gonna go in for imaging to get that checked out because I'm worried, because as the days go on and the more and more seizures I have, I can't remember things. My memory's gone, and I'm guessing that's because I keep hitting my head. When I went in, and I mean, obviously I was in shock when I went in just a couple of days ago to get the staples. I was in shock. I didn't know what was going on. And, I mean, the nurse kept asking me questions like, when's your birthday? What's your name? And I knew my name, but I couldn't tell them my birthday. I couldn't tell them what was going on or how I felt. I just stared blankly at them and kept telling them, I don't know, I don't remember. And at that moment, when I started to remember eventually, I realized I think there's something deeper going on besides the epilepsy. I believe, honestly, that there is something wrong with my brain, or I have some kind of medical condition that has not been diagnosed that is causing all of these other health problems to arise and be showing up. I'm tired of all the medication I'm on. I take, as the nurse calls it, a cocktail. I take a cocktail of pills. She said that with how many pills I'm on, I could fill a cocktail glass. And I always giggle at that. I mean, I laugh because it's true, not because it's funny. I do try to make light of things. I do make little jokes about my seizures or something that happened just to lighten the mood and make me not as depressed, because I wouldn't say I'm a very depressed person. I'm a very anxious person. Very anxious. I'm depressed because I have all these health problems and I can't do as much as what I used to do. I can't do the same things other people do. I can't drive. I have to ask people for rides, and you know how hard that is? I have a 3-year-old. My whole pregnancy, I was having seizures, and he almost died. And I felt like the worst mom in the world. Still to this day, I do. Currently, I'm trying to get pregnant with another baby, and it's just not working out. I am worried that I will have more seizures if I do have another child. I want a family. I've always wanted a family, and I was told when I was a teenager that I could never have kids. And when I got pregnant with my son, I obviously was in shock. I was like, this is a miracle child, but also not planned. It was crazy, but amazing. Best 3 years. I love him to death and do anything for him. And that's why I want my epilepsy to be cured, or at least under control, because I hate that he has to see me go through this. I hate that he has to pretty much care for me. He's 3, and he sees his mom fall to the floor while she's cooking, which is dangerous, by the way. And he hands me my glasses and says, "It's okay, Mama. You'll be alright." And then walks away. A 3-year-old shouldn't know to do that. A 3-year-old shouldn't know. And I feel horrible. I know maybe I shouldn't. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I stay with him I'm with him 24/7. And people are like, "You're an amazing mom and you do awesome," but I personally don't feel like I do enough. Just because I'm so worried that I will have a seizure, I'll break a bone, I get tired faster than other people too. I can barely get upstairs. I've had so many surgeries. That's really hard to see. I have that nice scar because I had to do surgery there, and my thumb. I it ripped a ligament picking up my nephew. He was a baby. He didn't weigh much, and I ripped a ligament. And that just tells you how fragile I really am. I'm scared to leave my house. I am a homebody. I am an introvert. I stay home all the time. I don't like to go out unless I absolutely have to, like to the store or a doctor's appointment. Otherwise, I'm like, I'll make an excuse up of why I can't go. I don't want to leave because I don't want to have a seizure in front of anyone. That's like my biggest fear. Ever since high school, when I had that one at school and everyone made fun of me for it. I was assaulted in school because people were making fun of my epilepsy. I ended up leaving high school my senior year and going to do online school because I was so scared to go to school. I would make up excuses of why I couldn't go. Or I would just plan, ride the bus there and then not go inside. I would just go to the park. I couldn't do it. And looking back now, I feel like I should have just stuck through it and showed everybody up, but at the same time, I couldn't. I was weak. I was weak when I was a teenager. I wouldn't say I'm weak now. I have a lot more confidence than I did when I was in high school. A lot more confidence. I'm still a very anxious and slightly depressed person. Most of that is brought on every time I have a seizure, which I had one 6 hours ago, so I'm kind of still... It's one of those things where the anxiety and depression comes and goes. And I'm a very emotional person. I'll just cry kind of randomly. I don't know. It's just because I have that thought of, God, your life is just a mess. It's spiraling out of control. And there's nothing you can do because there's no cure for your illnesses. I feel like, I don't know, it's just my head. I feel like there just needs to be a cure. There has to be a cure. I don't know why it hasn't been found. And it makes me angry. It really does. I need a cure. I know people are always like breast cancer awareness and Alzheimer's and all these other ones need cures too. More people develop and die of epilepsy than people who have breast cancer. And don't get me wrong. Breast cancer is horrible and awareness needs to be raised for that. It does. Same with other ones. All the cancers or anything, everything needs awareness. But I'm saying epilepsy is like the bottom of that list. No one knows about it. I tell people, oh yeah, I have seizures, and they always ask, well, why do you have seizures? I'm like, I have epilepsy, and it's uncontrolled. I don't know why I have seizures. And people stare at me all weird, like, well, you should take this, or you should take that. I've tried it. I've tried it all. Nothing works. I had surgery to get, that's impossible to say either, a VNS implant. There's a scar all the way across, and then the scar that goes right across my neck. That is a little like battery kind of device with a wire that hooks up on my vagus nerve. It goes up my neck and it shocks me frequently, which is, it's a weird concept, but it's just giving the little neurons the signal so they don't misfire. I've had it in for almost 2 years now, and it hasn't stopped any of my seizures. It hasn't made it better. It's actually made them worse. I now have this weird thing where my arm will randomly curl up and stiffen to where I can't move it, and I have to sit there like this for 30 seconds. It's frustrating. No matter what I do, I begged for this VNS because I thought it was gonna cure me. I thought it was gonna cure me. I did research for weeks, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, I'm cured. I haven't had a seizure in months or years, all because I had the VNS implanted." And it got my hopes up too high, apparently. I had it done, and being the unicorn that I am, unique, I had the opposite side effects, which my doctor always, she's not surprised about it anymore. I have the opposite side effect of every medication they give me. Every medication or every device, I have the opposite side effect. what is supposed to happen doesn't. It makes things I get worse. And I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm that upset that I'm sitting here struggling with epilepsy, and other people are just living the life, partying and going on road trips and leaving their house. I wouldn't party anyway, but I'd like to drive again. I'd like to leave my house and feel confident that I wouldn't have a seizure in public. I want to be able to live a normal life. I want normalization, but I can't. I mean, I know epilepsy doesn't define me. I know epilepsy is just a part of me. It's not who I am, but it's part of me. I am me. I am Becca. Epilepsy is just there. It is part of me. And I keep telling myself, you just need to live with it, Becca. You need to live with the fact that you have many health conditions. But maybe someday I will. Maybe someday I won't. But until then, I'm going to keep raising awareness for epilepsy. I'm going to keep making videos every day. And it's my 3-year-old.
Mommy,
I'm going to keep making videos
Mom,
and try to hope that it helps not only me get over my depression, but it also helps raise awareness. But until then, tomorrow, I'll give everyone an update on how it went, because I'm getting my staples out tomorrow. I'll let everyone know how it went. Maybe get a picture or something, I don't know. But until then, I hope everyone has a great day, great night, whatever it is. And be strong, my warriors. Bye, everybody. We love you.